Hey guys, this is Reddy from Wealthy Options. Welcome to 24th episode of 0DTE Pulse. Today is Nifty expiry. So today was a tough and volatile expiry, but let's get into the details. So Nifty as an underlying, today it's opened with surprising 90 points gap up, and but that 90 points almost sold into in the first 5 minutes itself, and then for the next 25 to 30 minutes it's kind of a consolidation, and then Nifty went almost up to the day high. So it fell 90 points in the first 5 minutes, and then it recovered complete 90 points, and after that it kept falling and fell by 70 points, and again it went up by 70 points, and in the end again went down by 80 points. If you see, so it's clearly a very volatile day, and I'll show you the impact of all this volatility on the straddle premium and at different stages. I'll show you that, but let's finish with talking about the underlying. So it's a volatile, and you can see that this is a kind of in a very small V shape, but this is a one V shape, this is one V shape, though many people would have entered the trades almost from here to here, but it's this is one V shape, and this is one V shape, and this is a one reverse V shape. So when you have a such too many turns, and especially when the premium is low, it makes the trader's life difficult. So now we have seen how Nifty has moved throughout the day. Let's look into the straddle premium. So straddle premium today opened around I think 90 to 95 rupees, and at premium available at 916 was around 94 rupees. So which is definitely low, as I mentioned in the previous videos also. So the premium Nifty straddle premium at 916, so anything below 120 is a low premium. So today is definitely a low premium. I won't call it as a very bad premium, because the worst premium I have seen in the past was around 60 rupees, 60 or 62 rupees. So 90 is definitely a low premium, and when you have such a 90 rupees of a low premium, if underlying also moves in a small range, or even if it is trending with small moves and all, so obviously there will be a scope for capturing some profit. But if the premium available itself was very low, and the Nifty underlying moves in a very violently, then day becomes difficult. That's exactly happened today. So in terms of straddle premium, so as the first 45 minutes was a consolidation, so in spite of the low premium at 916, which was 94, so it kept falling almost up to like a 72 rupees and all actually. So and then Nifty, this yellow color dotted lines, what you see is the Nifty spot, and this red color one is the straddle premium. And this particular, as Nifty started going up, especially from this particular point, up to here, it was kind of a recovery. But from here onwards, if you see this particular candle, so it started gaining the momentum. So whenever you see that these kind of a big candles, this means Nifty move on the upside, it's catching the momentum. So which means premiums will start pricing the breakout risk on the day high, which means the call short covering will become aggressive. So when the call short covering will become aggressive, it will have the demand for the call options will be high, and overall it will increase the IVs. So as a result of that, there is a potential chance for the spike in the straddle premium as well. So that is what exactly happened. So from here onwards, so the IV premiums actually started pricing the breaking out of the day high. So and in fact, the Nifty did touch the day high, but luckily, it did not break here, and it tried here also, and but it did not break here. But did enough damage by hitting a lot of call SLs. I'll talk about that later. So here I'll show you what is the impact there. So this particular spike, you see in that straddle premium, this is because of the premium started pricing the breaking the day high. So this is where you, if you could see, I mean, Straddle premium shot up from 72 rupees to almost 80 rupees, which is like a 10% spike in the Straddle premium also. But because this particular risk has not played out and Nifty started cooling off from here, so Straddle premium also started cooling off, but it is almost like, you know, up to 11 o'clock, so there is no significant decay, and after that, I mean, so that is, I'm talking about up to here. So these are all small candles, so premiums were still pricing, you know, there could be you know, another up move which may break the day high. And this particular red candle, if you see, I mean, this one, so it is sort of like, you know, decisively opposite to the uptrend. So this is when I think the premium started pricing like, you know, this is not going to break, and then Straddle premium started cooling off from here. And for the next, you know, 1 or 2 hours, Nifty started forming like, you know, lower tops and lower bottoms. So this kind of a pattern. So this continued up to here, and but when this pattern was broken somewhere here, but it couldn't break the day high, and then finally from there it's a total reversal, almost you know, close to the day low, right? So during this time, so there was a support from Straddle premium DK point of view. So that's why, I mean, though you have these kind of a moves, but it's a small range, these kind of a moves. So the MTM has not affected much. So I'll show you the MTM graph, you know, how it moved. So the profit started coming slowly, and profit started accumulating up to here, right? So up to here, and what happened is, I mean, these continuous red candles, especially this particular one, so when it broke the swing low, right, so premium started pricing like, you know, there is a risk of you know, hitting the day low. So as a result of that, I mean, around this, you know, 140 onwards, I mean, there was a spike in the premium, and also puts started spiking. So this resulted in, you know, many of the put stop losses getting hit. You know, what happened is, I mean, so in the morning, you know, during this particular move, you know, many stop losses, call stop losses started hitting. So I mean, most of the, even if you have a, you know, if you entered some strategies here, especially, I mean, many people would like to take the positions, lot of positions before 9:45. So all this, for most of the strategies, the call SL would have been hit, whether it's a low, you know, low SL, I mean, a small SL or big SL, whatever you would have done, and they would have carried, you know, the put SLs with, you know, normal stop loss or trailing stop loss. So they were all okay. I mean, though some stop losses were taken out, I mean, put stop losses were taken out here, but I mean, for me, most of them, the puts were there. But this particular move, and it took out, you know, majority of the put SLs, you know, in the in a trailing way. And also the strategies, you know, that entered, you know, after 10:30 onwards, especially after 12 noon. So you know, it gave up move, it took away call SLs, and then this particular move, you know, took away put SLs, and the ones which entered here, so the calls were there, and the puts SL started hitting, and this particular immediate reversals took away calls also. So up to here, when what happened is what worked for me up to here, so the strategies which my system entered between kind of, you know, 9:16 to I think 10:30, so they all did well. So the strategies from 10:30 up to 2 o'clock, majority of them sort of, you know, ended in loss, except I think some of them which enter based on a, you know, conditional things, like, you know, especially when you have a quick IV spike and all. So those are the ones, I mean, few of them entered here, I mean, they entered here, and some of them they entered in fact here. Okay, and this is the real blow. So here, I think at this point, I mean, I was in a profit of almost like a I think 0.35 or 0.4, close to I think 0.35. I was in a profit of 0.35. I mean, this particular move, I think, pushed the profits down to almost like a 0.1, and this reversal started helping, but I think this particular candle, so it gave it broke the day high, you know, for a moment. So it couldn't close above the day high, but I mean, so this breaking the day high was good enough to you know, shoot up the IB spike, and a lot of call stop losses were hit. And in fact, I mean, this is where my profits, I mean, my MTM actually turned into from green to slightly red, so it almost went like minus 0.05 or something actually, but luckily this mood could not sustain, so Nifty couldn't able to continue to break the day high and go up. Then it's basically started reversing. So because of that, most of the calls got hit, but whatever the sum of the call stop losses, they were survived. In spite of this particular move, those big SLs and all, they started making the money, and IB also started crashing like anything after this particular one. So if you see this particular here, so this is when during the down move, so IB started shooting up, during this here, right? And then when the recovery started, it started cooling off, and when day high was broken, so again the IB started shooting, going up. So it's not, though it's not like something like this particular one, but because of the underlying move, many call stop losses got hit, and after that you can see that straddle premium started crashing like anything, right? So this particular thing helped, and finally helped in closing the day in kind of a small profit. So this one, so as I was telling, morning strategies helped. Any strategies, entered between 10:30 to 2 o'clock, they mostly suffered in the losses, and the strategies which entered on a IB spike, so I think most of them worked, some of them failed, and the strategies, entered after 2 o'clock by the system, so majority of them, kind of ended in green. So though it's a directional move, so but at least one side, it was making a profit. Mostly on the call side I was making a profits, and some of them even on the both call side and put side, so as well. So at 3 o'clock, at least I thought, after all this drama, Nifty may consolidate and go like this, but even there was no respite even after 3 o'clock. So Nifty continued to fall. Any close around 25,100 would have been a very good day. I think the MTM would have probably gone to more than 0.5%, because around 3 o'clock I have my MTM hit almost like again day high 0.35% or 0.4%. But then this particular down move took out some of the put SLs, and even the straddles, whatever the 25,100 straddles I had, so they had to close somewhere, but I think around 18 rupees or somewhere. So had they closed here, I think I would have consumed entire the straddle premium, so except for probably 2 or 3 rupees. So that's how the day went. If you see, the Nifty traded in 90 points range, if you see, overall, but within that range, it was, quite volatile. So this 90 points sounds like a small, but we also need to accept the fact that the premium available was very low. So 90 rupees it started, in the afternoon and all, the premium available was somewhere around, 30 rupees, 35 rupees, 25 rupees. So for that premium, if you see, these kind of a moves, it's definitely a challenge. So in terms of MTM, so let me show you so this is how the MTM moved in the day. So you can see that the my PNL, this is the PNL graph for the today. So it literally danced. It went up and it came down, and again it went up and it came down. So finally, so it settled somewhere in the middle. So so the at the end of the day, the profit, I think the all my 3 accounts together, the profit was around 78k. So which is something I'll show you on the screen. So this particular account, so it ended with 37,500, and this is a small account with around 4,000 profit. And the other account, so this is with around 36,000. So all the 3 accounts together, so I ended the day with a profit of around 78k, which is approximately close to 0.2%. And so that's how the day ended. I believe the content I shared here is going to be useful for you. If you feel like that, hit the like button and share it with your friends. With that, I'll see you in my next episode, that is on the Tuesday next week. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.